Hello there, Nightline begins now with me, Nadia. Azmi. News making the headlines. Current hot weather expected to last until August following monsoon season transition. And Shawwal Madani sale offers daily necessities at 30% lower price. Good morning. The current hot weather affecting the country is expected to last until August following the monsoon season transition. Natural Resources, Environment and Climate Change Minister Nazmi Ahmad said the heat wave is currently experienced across the country, but higher temperatures were recorded in the northern and east coast states.
Semua sangatlah. Tapi dia utara ni lebih sebab memang utara dia punya panas terik dia lebih teruk. Saya tengok lebih ketara kat utara ni lah. Ada yang dah 37 darjah saya ingat di Thailand semua tu. Okey boleh.
Nazmi also said that some areas in Malaysia as well as countries in the ASEAN region are experiencing haze as the hot weather had caused fires to occur in forested areas and landed properties. He added that his ministry is working together with other ministries and various agencies to monitor and beef up enforcement against open burning as well as other activities that can contribute to haze. The ASEAN Haze Centre reportedly said the overall hotspot activity remained low in the central region. However, a few hotspots have been detected mostly in Sumatra, Peninsular Malaysia and western parts of Borneo. Meanwhile, unhealthy air quality levels have been recorded in Cheras, Kuala Lumpur on Saturday. According to the Malaysian Air Pollutant Index Management System, the area recorded an Air Pollutant Index API reading of 128 as of 11 p.m. While 64 areas, including Banting and Johan Setia in Selangor, Kuala Terengganu in Terengganu, Sugamat in Johor and Kota Baru in Kelantan, recorded moderate API readings. An API reading between 0 and 50 is categorized as good, 51 to 100 is moderate, 101 to 200 is unhealthy, 201 to 300 is very unhealthy, while 300 and above is hazardous. In the meantime, most of Upper Thailand will be hit with summer storms this weekend, while the rest of the country will experience hot to very hot temperatures. Thai Meteorological Department also warned that moderate high-pressure system moving from Upper Vietnam to the northeast and the South China Sea will bring storms, gusty winds, hail and thunder to several provinces on Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures in the rest of the country will also surge due to prevailing southerly and southeasterly winds. Provinces in the north, northeast and central regions can face temperatures as high as 38 to 42 degrees Celsius, while the east and south will record 34 to 37 degrees Celsius. Doctors have also warned people to look out for symptoms of heat stroke. Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim has given an assurance that the federal government will give immediate attention to the landslide issues around Tasik Kenyer for the safety of the people of Terengganu. The Prime Minister said that although Terengganu is an opposition state, the federal and state governments must face and solve the people's problems together.
Ada hal yang baru yang disebut kepada saya iaitu tentang masalah di Tasik Kenyer. Kerana berlaku runtuhan dan menjamin keselamatan kawasan, dan saya bincang dengan Tan Sri KSN kalau itu benar-benar satu hal yang mendesak, ya, kalau untuk menjamin keselamatan, untuk menjamin juga bukan keselamatan kawasan Tasik Kenyer tetapi kawasan Terengganu, kerana limpahan air dan kerusakan yang mungkin berlaku, maka tentu saya akan bagi perhatian segera.
He said this at the Prime Minister's Malaysia Madani Breaking a Fast event with the people of Terengganu at University Malaysia Terengganu on Saturday. However, the Prime Minister stressed that the project must adhere to proper tendering and governance procedures to prevent wastage and leakage of funds to ensure it can be used for the benefit of the people. During the event, Datuk Seri Anwar also announced an additional allocation of 410 million ringgit to the Terengganu State Government, as well as over 100 million ringgit under the Rural and Regional Development Ministry for the implementation of rural development projects in the state. Earlier, Datuk Seri Anwar, in conjunction with his visit to Terengganu on Saturday, spent time to meet the people at the Ramadan Bazaar in Gong Badak. Upon his arrival at about 5:10 p.m, he visited various stalls as well as mingled with traders and visitors, apart from purchasing several delicacies such as kuih akap for the breakfast of breaking of fast. Accompanying him were Terengganu Menteri Besar Datuk Seri Ahmad Samsuri Mokhtar, as well as several state executive councillors. In a Facebook post on Saturday, Datuk Seri Anwar revealed that global-scale digital infrastructure firm Digital Bridge Group is expected to start investing more than 4 billion ringgit in Malaysia's infrastructure sector by the end of 2023. The Prime Minister said the digital infrastructure company will invest in data centres, telecommunication towers and fibre optic networks. Citing a recent Knight Frank Data Centre White Paper report, Datuk Seri Anwar shared that Malaysia's digital infrastructure growth is the fastest in Southeast Asia, with 113 megawatts of take-up just in 2022, or 4 times that of Thailand. He also said he recently received an honourable visit from a Digital Bridge delegation. Datuk Seri Anwar added that he would remain committed and stressed the importance of ensuring a clean and conducive ecosystem to facilitate businesses and investments into the country. He pointed out that this was part of the government's efforts to drive the country's economic growth for the people's well-being. According to the White Paper report launched on Wednesday, Malaysia has emerged as the top destination for data centre investment among Southeast Asia's 5 emerging markets, which included Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines and Vietnam. Data centre infrastructure has seen enormous growth in recent years and is a much-needed property in this region due to the rapid evolution of technology. The Shawwal Madani sale, held in conjunction with Aidilfitri at 113 outlets across the country, is offering a variety of daily necessities at a lower price of up to 30% compared to regular market places. Agriculture and Food Security Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Sabu said the sales program is being carried out by the Federal Agricultural Marketing Board, FAMA, from Saturday until Aidilfitri.
Kalau farmer tidak rugi, maka ia sudah cukup untuk kita buat servis kepada rakyat. Ini arahan termasuklah daripada Perdana Menteri. Cara umumnya, kita cari anda yang kurang 10%, ada yang kurang banyak harga. Umumnya lebih kurang 30% lah kekurangan daripada harga di pasar luar sana.
Datuk Seri Muhammad said this to reporters after launching the 2023 National Shawwal Madani Sale Program at Section 6 Farmers Market in Kelana Jaya. He added besides fresh items such as meat, chicken and vegetables, consumers also have the opportunity to get supplies of Aidilfitri dishes such as ketupat, rendang, lemang and sweets for the festival, which are also sold at these outlets, which include the Farmers Market, Permanent Farmers Market, Rural Transformation Centre RTC and Medan Niaga Satok MNS. He also said Pharma is targeting 13 million ringgit in sales from the program. He also assured that the supply of eggs, meat, chicken, vegetables and coconuts in the country for the approaching Aidilfitri celebration will be sufficient. The Employees Provident Fund, EPF, announced that nearly half of the 74,392 applications received for MBSB Bank's Ihsan I Account 2 Support Facility, FSA2, as of April 14th are eligible. Its Chief Executive Officer, Datuk Seri Amir Hamzah Azizan, said of that number, 34,643 applications had been approved for a total sum of 722 million ringgit. In a statement on Saturday, Datuk Seri Amir Hamzah said the EPF expects the number of FSA2 applications to increase further, particularly with the launch of Bank Simpanan Nasional's BSN MyRinggit Ihsan I. He also clarified that the facility targets EPF members who have savings in Account 2 and have reasonable income to afford the personal financing and monthly repayments without compromising their retirement income adequacy and security. He also said that the monthly repayments were necessary to ensure that the loan is repaid on time. He further explained that the eligibility amount for the personal financing is based on the savings amount in Account 2, with a minimum financing amount of 3,000 ringgit and a maximum of 50,000 ringgit. Once approved, members can submit an advance notice for age 50 or age 55 conditional withdrawal to the EPF based on the approved financing amount. Two main conditions must be fulfilled before the Goods and Services Tax (GST) can be reintroduced. First Deputy Finance Minister Datuk Seri Ahmad Maslan said that the government needs to ensure the public's understanding of taxation is enhanced, in addition to resolving issues relating to the rising cost of living that are affecting the people.
Ini satu perkara yang penting yang saya ingin nyatakan di sini, bahawa tahun ini tidak dilaksanakan. Saya tidak tahu bila dia akan dilaksanakan. Itu satu perkara mustahak yang ingin saya nyatakan di sini. Walaupun demikian, dua syarat itu perlu dibuat. Kefahaman rakyat, yang kedua ialah kedudukan tahap hidup rakyat.
Datuk Seri Ahmad said this to reporters after the launch of 8TV Money Matters Tax Forum 2023 in Bandar Utama, Petaling Jaya on Saturday. He also said that the media plays an important role in information relating to tax education to the public. He also stressed that tax knowledge must also be enhanced at all levels, including in schools and higher learning institutions, as well as through public seminars, in order to prevent misunderstandings on taxation and improve tax compliance among Malaysians. Also present at the event was Media Prima Berhad Group Chairman Datuk Seri Dr. Syed Hussein Al-Junaid, Media Prima TV Network's Deputy CEO Nini Yusof, and its Head of News and Current Affairs Kamaruddin Mape. The government has to approve an additional quota of subsidised cooking oil for operational purposes, as well as to ensure sufficient supply in the market. Domestic Trade and Cost of Living Ministry said it was also because some packaging companies were unable to use the allocated quota in full due to several situations, where the company was not operating, factory closure, machine damage, or quota suspended due to suspected wrongdoing. In a statement on Saturday, the ministry stated that quotas that are not used will be rationalised to be distributed to other operators to cover the shortfall. However, this additional quota does not cause expenses to exceed the stipulated limit. The statement was issued in response to reports over allegations that the ministry spent over 9 million ringgit to provide additional quota for subsidised cooking oil last year, in addition to allegations of quota cuts, quota rationalisation and quota approval given to two companies with the same registration address. According to the ministry, the reports were not true since the expenditure for subsidised cooking oil was between 88% and 99% of the total quota allocation of 60,000 metric tonnes per month. Despite this, there might be a supply situation at the retail level that was insufficient for the people's use. It added that this is due to confiscation of cooking oil based on cases of malpractices and the use of the cheap sale program by the government. When we come back, deadly fightings erupt in Khartoum. Stay with us. Welcome back. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida resumed campaigning on Saturday after being evacuated unharmed from the scene of an apparent smoke bomb blast. Kishida was in the Wakayama to deliver remarks in support of a ruling party candidate and had just finished sampling fish at a local port when a disturbance rippled through the crowd gathered to hear him speak. The Prime Minister took cover as people in the crowd scattered in panic and police quickly apprehended a suspect by wrestling him to the ground. No injuries were reported in the incident and Kishida was taken to Wakayama Prefectural Police Headquarters. An investigation into the suspect and the motive is currently ongoing. The incident came less than a year after the assassination of former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, which traumatized the country and forced a security shake-up for public officials. Heavy gunfire was heard in the capital of Sudan, Khartoum, on Saturday as clashes erupted between the Sudanese army and its paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, RSF. So far, at least 3 people have been killed and dozens more injured as the Sudan's army and a notorious paramilitary force battle with heavy weapons in the city amid tensions over a proposed transition to civilian rule. Sudan's main paramilitary group said it had taken control of the presidential palace, the residence of the army chief and Khartoum International Airport on Saturday in an apparent coup attempt as clashes erupted with the military. The RSF, which accused the army of attacking them first, also said they had seized the airports in the northern city of Marawi and El Obeid in the west. The international community has condemned the escalation of violence in Sudan, with U.S. Secretary of State Blinken calling for an immediate end to the violence. French President Emmanuel Macron's pensions reform was officially promulgated into law on Saturday, following approval from the Constitutional Court as unions vow to oppose the changes, including raising the retirement age from 62 to 64. The proclamation of the law came after France's Constitutional Council on Friday approved the main pension age increase and follows months of demonstrations against the plan, which the government forced through Parliament without a final vote. 6 minor proposals were rejected, including forcing large companies to publish how many over 55s they employ and the creation of a special contract for older workers. The legislation, which will progressively push up the age for drawing a state pension to 64 from 62, is deeply unpopular, and protests immediately broke out when the Constitutional Council's decision was announced. Unions warned they were calling for mass Labour Day protests on May 1st, and violent demonstrations erupted in several cities after the verdict was announced. Authorities in Iran will not only punish women rejecting the hijab, but also those who promote the stance after the country's Deputy Attorney General announced on Saturday that people who encourage women to go out in public without hijab will be prosecuted in criminal courts and will have no right to appeal against any conviction. According to local news, the punishment for the crime of encouraging others to remove the hijab is much heavier than the crime of removing the hijab itself, as it is a clear example of encouraging corruption. Despite a harsh crackdown, many are still seen defying the mandatory hijab rule, and in a bid to punish them, authorities have started installing cameras to monitor and penalize unveiled women. Iran has been rocked with anti-hijab protests since the death of Mahsa Amini, who was arrested by the morality police for not wearing the hijab in public.
Will be taking over Europe's base. That's been confirmed.
Schalke records another victory. Action from the Bundesliga after this break. Welcome back. On to sports. Football, the German Bundesliga. Marius Bülter scored twice to help boost Schalke's hopes of staying in the main league with a 5-2 win over relegation rivals Hertha Berlin in the bottom-of-the-table showdown. Tim Skarke opened the scoring for Schalke just after 3 minutes with a spectacular effort from outside the box. Bülter then doubled the advantage for the hosts 10 minutes later before Stefan Jovetic halved the deficit for Hertha Berlin just before the break, curling the ball home after some poor defending by Schalke. The home side, however, resumed their domination in the second half as Simon Terodde restored Schalke's 2-goal lead in the 48th minute, with Bülter making it 4-1 in the 78th minute, chipping the ball past Hertha's keeper after beating an offside trap. Marco Richter gave Hertha their second goal 6 minutes later, just for Marcin Kaminski to kill off any hope of a comeback, with Schalke's 5th in the dying minutes for a convincing 5-2 win. With the result, Schalke ended a 4-game winless run and in doing so moved into the relegation playoff spot, 2 points above Hertha with 6 games remaining. Police detain hit-and-run suspect. The details when we come back. Welcome back. Police will conduct an operation dubbed Op Lancha on April 18th and 19th to ensure smooth traffic flow ahead of the Aidilfitri celebration. Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Akril Sani Abdullah Sani said all police machinery, mobile patrol vehicles (MPV), motorcycle patrol units (URB), beat and patrol teams and RELA will be mobilized to ease traffic congestion on highways, state roads and municipal roads. In a statement on Saturday, Tan Sri Akril said police would also launch the 20th Op Selamat from April 20th to 27th to ensure the safety of people celebrating Aidilfitri this year. The operation aims to ensure smooth traffic flow, minimize road accidents, ensure the safety of property and residential premises, and reduce burglaries during the festive season. He added that police will focus on reducing the rate of property crimes, such as burglary cases, through MPV, URB and beat patrol elements in housing areas, business premises and places of worship, and reduce traffic congestion at residential areas. He also said the Air Operations Force drone unit will carry out aerial monitoring at hotspot locations that have been identified and channel the information to elements in the field for action. He also advised road users to keep up with the latest traffic information on the official portals and channels of the Malaysian Highway Authority and highway concessionaires, besides using navigation apps to plan their journey to their respective hometowns. In Perak, police have detained a man suspected of being involved in a hit-and-run incident which led to the death of 2 women in Tanjung Malim on March 29th. Mualim, District Police Chief Superintendent Muhammad Hasni Muhammad Nasir, said the male suspect in his 30s was arrested near the Simpang Ampat Toll Plaza in Melaka just before midnight. In a statement on Saturday, Hasni said upon questioning, the suspect had admitted to causing the traffic accident while making a U-turn at the scene of the incident. The suspect had also sent a resignation letter to his employer 24 hours later. Following the investigation, police seized a bulk tanker in Kurling, Selangor. Checks on the vehicle revealed dents as well as paint from the road divider at the scene, which was found on the trailer's right-hand side. The suspect tested negative for drug use and will be remanded until April 17th to assist the investigation. The 2 women, both aged 19, died when the motorcycle they were on crashed into a lorry at Jalan Ipoh, Kuala Lumpur, near Kampung Kelawar on Friday night. Nightline draws to a close this time around. Let's take a look at visuals of Quran Hour and Khatam Al-Quran program held in conjunction with Nuzul Al-Quran. Organised by Al-Madaniyah Mosque in USJ 18 Supang Jaya, this program saw the participation of more than 150 Tahfiz students and local residents. I'm Nadia Azmi. Thank you for watching and selamat bersahur.